I'm here today at the Saddle Club, a spot very near and dear to my heart. Lots of people think of the Saddle Club as a place to have a drink before you go out to dinner or a place to end your night. But frankly, for me, it was a spot where I really understood generational wealth and what real estate could become. I'm here with my cousin Megan, the owner of the Saddle Club. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am your older cousin, so you have always been little cousin Katie to me. I grew up in Fort Mitchell. I've lived here my whole life except for when I was at the University of Kentucky. I graduated from the University of Cincinnati Law School and I worked for the U.S. Department of Labor. So my family has owned the Saddle Club my entire life. My parents bought it before I was born, and I even worked here when I was in law school.
Nice, nice. Yeah, ever since I can remember, obviously, your family has owned the Saddle Club, and that's kind of where I first really realized what the power of real estate is. I remember your dad always being behind the bar. How did they come about buying it?
Actually, my dad was a frequent customer of the Saddle Club.
Ooh.
Yes, and so when they were selling it, they offered it to him first, but it needed a ton of work. My mom had actually, she always liked to tell my dad that she's the one who had the investment, the money she had saved from working at AT&T, so they purchased it, and he quit his office job, and this is the only job that he had the whole time I was growing up.
He was always behind the bar. I mean, my mom worked here on Sundays, and I know my dad worked here on Friday nights. There's been a steady flow of bartenders through the years, but the community feels is fantastic. When was it that your family bought the block, or when did that happen?
So that happened right after I graduated from high school. They had the right of first refusal, and I think my mom was really nervous because she had two kids entering college at the same time, my twin brother and I, but it was a great investment and they went ahead and did it and purchased it. So 1995.
Yeah, so that's a little risk that's gone a long way. And then, 2002 happened and Emmett passed away. How did the Saddle Club and this investment work for your family?
Well, I think that would be a really scary thing if you had been, a stay-at-home parent like my mom was from 1977 until 2002. But because they had the real estate and they had the bar business, she was able to still have a constant, steady income. So she hired a manager, and everything worked out really well for her because she still had income and didn't have to try to, get educated or go back into the labor market at that time.
Yeah, it's going to work out really well for you too because you're looking to retire in the near future from your federal job, or?
Right, so I am a federal district director for a federal law enforcement agency. So I'm eligible for retirement when I turn 50, so I have 5 more years. And I can retire. And we've had many offers to buy the business, to buy the real estate, but I think because it's been in my family my whole life and because it was my dad's, like his baby, I feel that close connection to him. It's very sentimental too, that I just can't see somebody else owning it. So I look forward to retiring and then being in the business and having my kids involved in it too.
Yeah, it's not very often that you get a business to last 50 years. Much less strengthen through the years with their real estate investments. So it's definitely a prime example of generational wealth, and you should be very proud.